Hello, my friends. I wondered if there were other visions in the Bible that would have corresponded to the one in the Apocalypse of John, adding detail that would help me to realize it. I found one. In the last book of the Old Testament, the vision of Ezekiel. Of course, we think he really saw, he describes. But when I saw the square of light in 1982 bursting out of my painting in full light, I could have believed that it had a real consistency, whereas it was only an internal vision. It is the same for Ezekiel. What allows me to affirm this? I found in this text many elements and details that make me say that he saw the same thing as John, but only in part and with another show on the program of his television. That is another message generated by this structure. Those who think that he has seen an alien ship are totally mistaken if they think of material humanoid, but are right if we admit that this immaterial visual structure can lead some people to another world and that it comes from another dimension. Ezekiel 1:26. Above the vault that was over their heads was something like a surface throne in the form of a throne, and top of which was a being with human appearance. We find the description of John with the precision that the throne, the ball, is blue, which confirms my research. The being was a human appearance. It is this cross that I describe. The vault, the tent, or the diamond is well in front. Ezekiel 1:27. And I saw something like fire near him all around, from what appeared to be his kidneys and above, and from what appeared to be his kidneys and below. This is exactly what you see when the seven torches, that is, the seven yellow leads, are lit. Their beams go toward the outside of the painting, but they radiate light toward the center, which makes this effect. Ezekiel 1:27. I saw as it were fire and a glow all around. The appearance of the glow all around was like the appearance of the ball that appears in the clouds on a rainy day. Around this cross, evoking a character, I added in digital long after a border of animated flames that completes this description, what I could not do with only paint. Ezekiel 1:27. It was something like the glory of God. Only on the rainbow is one of the phosphorescent circles corresponding to the glory of God, as I have interpreted it, which remains at the end of a session in the ecstasion and which corresponds to one of the most frequent visions. We find the four living ones described differently. Ezekiel 1:5. In the center, I saw something like four beasts, and this is what they look like. They were in the shape of men. Each one had four faces, and each one had four wings. Their legs were straight, and their hooves were like owen hooves, shining like polished brass. The H-shaped structure, originally called fusion heart and formed by the rise of the central course, does give an impression of straight lines and gleaming ox hoof, confirming the accuracy of the relationship between my previous pictorial finding and this text. Their wings were joined together. And I wrote about the internal structure of the diamond. The triangle extending from the inner square gives the impression of spread wings joined together. They did not turn while walking. They went each one in front of the other. When the electronic painting is on, one can have the impression of moving forward according to the play of light, but of course the image does not turn. As for the shape of their face, they had a man's face, and all four had a lion's face on the right, and all four had a bull's face on the left, and all four had an eagle's face. We notice that it is the same description as for the four living ones, except that each character has the four symbolic faces, which is not very plausible. Now, it appears that in the visions, or at least in the memory that we keep of them, the images are duplicated, multiplied. Is that the reason? Or the fact that this vision took place centuries before and that symbolism evolved? On the other hand, it is specified that the face of the lion on the right and that of the bull on the left, which corresponded to the arrangement of the colors on the large square vision reminiscent of the aurora borealis, divided in four angles, blue, red, green, and yellow, that had arranged outside the composition and which had used to arrange the four living. Ezekiel 1.15. And there was a wheel on the ground beside the four-sided animals. This appearance of these wheels had the brilliance of chrysolite. All four of them had the same shape. It was as if one wheel was in the middle of another. Their circumference was large, full of reflections all around. Reading these descriptions, one would think that of light effect in the large painting of radiating wheels joining one in the other, sometimes in one direction, sometimes in the other. It is just the duplication effect I mentioned earlier and only these two found. Their color, found long before this reading, is indeed a kind of green like chrysolite. When the two wheels appear at the same time, I feel something particularly intense. Ezekiel 1.22. And there was upon the heads of the living creature something like a vault, bright as crystal, stretched upon their head, above and under the vault. Their wings were lifted up one toward the other. These descriptions confirms a crystal, a chant and wings, the internal structure of the diamond.